beautiful sports people. Welcome to the evening edition of Sports Fiesta. It is live on 92.7 KFM, Benin City. My name is Saliu Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Ibracadabra because I bring magic to sports presentation and analysis. And together we will be looking at what's happening in the ever-exciting world of sport. I've got Egosa Igbekan, the sports maestro, right here. Well, some fantastic news. Emmanuel Emenike, remember him, one of the former stars of the Super Eagles. They've not invited him for a long time now to the team. Well, he has put smiles on the people's faces. We hear that he has built a very high-quality hotel in his did I say hotel? Not hotel, hospital in his hometown. So that's really great. We know that people like Ahmed Musa have been doing some stuff for their people, and now Emmanuel Emenike is doing the same thing. This one not pleasant. Andy Murray, he has tested positive for COVID, so we do not know whether he would be able to play in the Australian Open following this positive test. You know, he has been on the mend trying to come back and do great stuff. At one point, he even thought that his career was completely over because of hip injuries, and he had to undergo hip surgery. So that is the situation with Andy Murray. He's tested positive. In basketball, yeah, although we give you this story in the morning, the Houston Rockets and everything, but right now we hear that Brooklyn Nets, they have signed James Harden from the Houston Rockets. We don't know, it's not confirmed just yet, but multiple sources are reporting it. And if he joins, he's going to be playing alongside Kyrie Irving and of course Kevin Durant. So it's going to make the Brooklyn Nets really strong. But some are saying once James Harden joins, it means that Kyrie Irving, his career is basically over because there's no way he'll be playing ahead of James Harden. All right, welcome to the show. Let's begin, Agosa, from this one. Really pleasant news. Emmanuel Emenike building what they refer to as a world-class hotel to help take care of his people. So he's giving back to the society in a big way. He has been able to build this hotel in his hometown. They say it's a 2-story building, and it is located along the highway, which makes it easily accessible to people.
Well, I would say big congratulations to the people, and because of what Emmanuel Emenike, their son, has been able to do. Not all athletes who distinguish themselves and make so much money will remember to go back home and put smiles on the faces of the people. Yes, many have done it, but some will feel, where is my money, and put it where my mouth is. This is where I want to invest and all that. But he thought, okay, going back home, maybe he has looked at it from all angles and said, okay, we need a big hospital who could take care of our health care services and all that. If people who want to go to the hospital, it could be difficult for them to go, or difficult for them to achieve, to be able to get the money to pay for their services elsewhere. So looking at it from all, you could say, okay, let me give something. Yes, I know it's his own hospital. They are going to be running it, and you are going to be paying, but it could make it in a way that the people will be able to get medical services there without, paying through their noses and all that. So for me, I think he has done well. God has blessed him. He has played for a couple of top clubs, though not one of the top 5 leagues, in the world. But for someone who has...
I played briefly in England.
Yeah.
He played briefly for, was it West Ham United?
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
He played briefly in England.
Yeah, that reminds me. West Ham United, yeah. So for me, he played in one of the top 5 leagues. And Fenerbahce, he played there, one of the biggest club right now in Turkey, Olympiacos and Spartak Moscow. So for me, having made this home money, and he feels, okay, this is time for me to build this massive hospital. Come on, I think it's good. One of those things that he will do. I'm sure he's going to add more now that he has settled the medical aspect. He could go on to give them markets and other stuff. So for me, I think he has done well. Yes, congrats to him as well. He's easy. He's an AFCON winner, somebody who has really done well, and now he's at the age of 33. So I hope other players who came to this. If you're not giving your community, if you're not giving them water, you should give them health center. If you give them hospital, you should give them markets, and so many things that they would really want from the government. But sometimes the government will pay deaf ears to all these pleas from the people. But here you have well-to-do sportsmen and women, doing great stuff. So Emmanuel Emenike will forever be remembered for what he has done. So may God continue to lift him up and put lights onto his path so that he'll be able to do more for us.
The video is on Instagram, and it shows Emmanuel Emenike and his friends being conducted around the facility. It is in his hometown of Otuacha in Anambra East local government area of Anambra State. My Igbo brothers and sisters, please, I'm sorry if I did not pronounce that name correctly, but please, you can call in to tell us how it is pronounced. Otuacha in Anambra East local government area of Anambra State. So that's really wonderful what he's been able to do. We had also somebody like Sadio Mane building a hospital for his people in Senegal, and it's great that this is also being done here in Nigeria. And many of these Super Eagles stars are doing it. Odeon Igalo, for instance, we know built an orphanage in Lagos. Ahmed Musa, the captain of the Super Eagles, also building world-class sports facilities for them in Kano State, and he has also done the same in Kaduna. And we hear now that he has revealed plan to build a mega million school in Jos South local government area, that's in Bukuru. So these guys are using their money well, using it and giving back to the people. Emmanuel Emenike said he's not been invited to the Super Eagles for a long time. He actually retired in 2015 from international football after winning the Africa Cup of Nations with Nigeria in 2013. He was one of the star performers. Unfortunately, could not play in the final because he got injured in the semi-final against Mali. We beat them 4-1 in that competition. He was actually the highest scorer in that competition. Got 4 goals for Nigeria in that tournament. And in the World Cup qualifiers for 2014, he was also one of our star performers. I recall scoring goals home and away against Ethiopia, and even at the World Cup, although he did not score, he was the one thing that had that assist, the goal we scored against Bosnia, Osaze Odewingie. He was the one that provided the assist, and then we won that encounter. And after that, he retired from the national team in 2015. He's still only 33, and he has done so well with his career, so now he can give back to the society. Congratulations to Emmanuel Emenike and the other players, other sportsmen and women who are giving back to the society. Of course, before some of you will start saying, well, but other celebrities like musicians, the other artists, they also give back. Yeah, but this is a sports show, so that's why we concentrate on the sporting people when they do this stuff like this. But it doesn't mean that others are not doing it. So we said, well done, and we hope that many more will emulate them. Really, when you've got money, when God has blessed you, you try and reach out to the society and do something. Yes, we will hold government accountable and demand for them to do certain things, but it is really not everything that the government can do. And when individuals are blessed, we hope that they will be able to also do some of this stuff. All right, let's go to tennis. Andy Murray, unfortunately, has tested positive for COVID. So his participation at the Australian Open is now in doubt. He was set to fly out to Melbourne on a chartered flight, arriving there over the next 36 hours. But instead, he is in quarantine and isolating at home in London. He's said to be in good health. He remains hopeful that he will be allowed to travel safely at a later date and compete as planned. He has been runner-up 5 times at the Australian Open. He pulled out of last week's ATP event in Delray Beach because, ironically, he wanted to minimize the risk of catching COVID on a transatlantic flight, but now he has started positive to the coronavirus.
Disappointing news coming from Andy Murray's camp, but all the same, there's still time for him to be part of the Australian Open, which is really, really important. I understand he wants to really do well in Grand Slams, despite the fact that his comebacks, ever since he had the hip surgery, has not been really, really great. So for me, I just want him to be part of the Grand Slam, whether he gets to round of 64, 38 or quarterfinals, I don't care, provided I see Andy Murray still playing, still giving that hope that yes, you can still do something out of nothing. So if it were to be some tennis players, they would have, handed up their rackets ever since, but he was advised and he followed the advice. Now he's back to court, though he's not playing the way he should be playing. But this Grand Slam also opened the door for him to see how much he can go with the top guys, when the tournament starts. But all the same, this is a tournament that he has the runners up 5 times. So I hope that he will enjoy his time when the Australian Open starts. But now, I think he should just self-isolate and do the need to relax. Then when he's fit, then he can still have some match practice and get ready for the Australian Open. It's really going to be really big this time, but because of COVID and all that, everyone has to be very careful. But I still see Murray as one player who I really love to watch when it comes to tennis. So I expect him to recover fast as we count down to the Australian Open.
All right, let's go to basketball now. James Harden, he seems to be the biggest news item in basketball right now. From what we are hearing, he has been traded to the Brooklyn Nets. They were able to beat New York Knicks yesterday, 116 points to 109. But they didn't officially confirm it, but there are strong rumors that James Harden, who has been the top scorer in the NBA for the past 3 seasons, has left the Houston Rockets after 9 years. We learned that he was asked to miss the Rockets training on Wednesday because he said that they were not good enough to be title contenders after they lost to the Los Angeles Lakers on Tuesday. So in yesterday's game, Kevin Durant, we told you in the morning, scored 26 points for the Nets as they beat the Knicks. And of course, Kevin Durant played for Oklahoma City Thunder, and at that point, he and James Harden, they were teammates. Yeah, so maybe he had something to do with this, convincing James Harden to move over and join him at Brooklyn Nets. We hear that this deal, although it has not been confirmed, that it involves the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And as part of the trade, Houston Rockets, they are going to receive the guard Victor Oladipo, who is originally from Nigeria, currently with the Pacers. So he's going to go to Houston Rockets. Yes, then Houston Rockets will also receive the guard Dante Exum from the Cleveland Cavaliers and the forward Rodions Kurucs from the Nets. Then the Rockets, they will also get 3 first-round draft picks from the Nets, 1 unprotected 2022 first-round pick from the Cleveland Cavaliers via the Milwaukee Bucks, and the right to swap 4 first-round picks with the Nets. So this is the situation. So after Houston Rockets were beaten by Los Angeles Lakers on Tuesday, James Harden, who was the MVP in 2018, he was interviewed later and he said that the Rockets were not even close, honestly, to the league's top competition. So that made the Rocket hierarchy angry, and they asked him not to even train on Wednesday. Already there have been rumors that he's going to join the Brooklyn Nets, and because of some of the things that the owner of the Rockets had said, he's a strong supporter of Donald Trump, and he said certain things. We've already been hearing that some of the Rockets players were not happy with what their owner has been saying.
Congrats to James Harden, honestly, because for somebody to have been with a team for 9 years, I think he has been loyal enough. He has been humble enough to stay with Rockets, and he has been top scorer for the past 3 seasons. So, which tells you that following his performances every season, he deserves to be an NBA champion at the end of the day. So, looking at Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving doing well at Brooklyn Nets this time, joining them now make it the victory. But would they be able to win the title this season, following the way LA Lakers have started the season?
Can all three even play together? Because you've got Kyrie Irving and you've got James Harden, two guys.
To me, I think would be the first pick ahead of Kyrie Irving. But then you can always do with some changes. The three of them could also play. The manager Steve Nash will now have a whole lot, in his hands, talking about Nets manager. So having these 3 guys, where they are experienced, they've done very well. But playing together could just give the rest, tough fights, the likes of Clippers and also the Lakers. It's not going to be easy, but I see Harden enjoying his game with the Brooklyn Nets, and he was the biggest guy at Houston Rockets. And we've seen occasions where he will, post outrageous points, and it will still not be enough for them to get a win. So playing with these guys right now, who can, maybe each of them can get at least 30 points and over, in a game. So for me, I think the Nets should be confident that yes, this season, even if they're free to win the NBA, but now till the next season, I'm sure they could go on to win the NBA. That is to say, if the 3 of them click, and it's going to be a very, very massive one. But so far, the 31-year-old has made fantastic choice by choosing to go to the Nets instead of remaining at Rockets. So he's a big fish, even as he joins the Brooklyn Nets right now. So
we'll wait for official confirmation as it is right now. Although, as I said, the speculations, the rumors are very, very strong, but they have not been confirmed just yet. But when your team tells you not to train, then you know that there is serious trouble. They no longer want you. All right, Aston Villa's Premier League game at home against Everton on Sunday has been postponed because of the ongoing COVID-19 issues at the club. The Villa training ground remains closed after a coronavirus outbreak. So a Premier League statement, they said that the significant number of Villa players and staff that they remain in isolation. It went on to say, as a result, the Premier League board has agreed to Aston Villa's request to postpone their game on Saturday. Aston Villa, they have already 3 games in hand on some clubs in the league, and they are due to play Manchester City on Wednesday. That game was originally scheduled to take place on the opening weekend of the season, but was postponed because of City's progress to last season's Champions League. One of the matches they have in hand, the game at home to Newcastle, which was postponed from the 4th of December after the Magpies' own coronavirus outbreak, has been rescheduled for Saturday, the 23rd of January. Aston Villa's COVID-19 outbreak means that no first-team players were available for the FA Cup third-round tie against Liverpool last Friday. And when they saw it happen, they used their under 23 and under 18, and they were hammered 4 goals to 1. So this is the situation. COVID causing some issues, and some managers, Steve Bruce in particular, said it is morally wrong for football to continue with what is happening in the world, in the UK in particular right now, that they shouldn't be playing football when other sectors are having to shut down, just to protect everybody.
But the same thing, they did the same thing last season. They were still playing until they felt, okay, there was nothing we can do about it to curtail the spread of the coronavirus. Then they had to postpone, they had to shut down for some time before they restarted. So they are still looking at it from that same angle. So, okay, let's keep on playing, but if it gets worse and there's no way any game could go on, then they'll decide to say, okay, yes, football will go on a break. And so for now, I think many managers will not agree with Steve Bruce because of what he said, but that is the truth, because you cannot just put lives at risk. But the fact that the governing body, the FA, they are also doing their best to ensure that all protocols are duly observed when it comes to following the COVID-19 regulations. They've been doing that, and players who have breached the rules have been sanctioned, have been fined. And of 2-3 days ago, they wrote a letter to all the clubs that very soon there will be no high fives, no hugs, no handshakes, and all that. So I was like, going back to the way it started last year before it restarted. But let's see how far things will go. But for the players, I think they should start staying in a bubble. They should know that yes, there's no point breaching the COVID-19 rules in order for it not to affect their team. Because when you have like 4 first team players, being out because of COVID-19 and not injury because they breached the rules and they contracted COVID, it's not going to be it's not going to go down well with the manager, and managers will be so angry because they will feel right now. Just take the case of Osimhen, for example. Right now, he should be playing for Napoli, helping them to win games, haven't recovered from injury. So he was a victim of COVID-19, and now we don't know if we return till February. So we expect all the managers to be very careful, follow the guidelines, and see how things will go. Yes, for the rearranged matches, I think that's the best thing to do at the moment, because you cannot continue to play under 18 and under 23 for Aston Villa, and you expect them to finish very well at the end of the season. So it's better for them to have outstanding games, of which they'll play at the right time with the right players than taking risk with under 23 and under 18.
Okay, the coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, talking about the men, Gennett Rohr, he says that he's going to call up 23 players for the Super Eagles of Nigeria during their AFCON 2022 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying games against Benin Republic and Lesotho. So he made this known in an interview to Sporting Life while speaking on the preparations ahead of the games, which Nigeria needs 2 points from a possible 6 to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. So he confirmed that he will have at least 5 players on standby for the games as precaution in the event that any of the players on the original list gets injured or is otherwise unavailable. And let me quote him: "We will have a list of 23 players with some standby players. It is difficult actually to make plans or programs with this COVID-19 for traveling because of so many restrictions everywhere. There will be standby players, but we are sure there will be 23 players for the 2 games."
All right, it's good. That's the reason why you have standby in case of any injury worries and all that. But all the same, Gennett Rohr, I think this time around, the next Africa Cup of Nations should be talking about how he's going to win that Cup of Nations, because we are really, really tired of what we've been getting. Though he has brought some stuff to the Super Eagles, of which he has made a couple of changes, but we need to see that fighting spirit at the end of the day. Whoever he gets to invite is the man who calls the shots, and I'm so sure we have enough talents, in abundance for him to choose from. So it's left to do the right thing at the right time when the time comes. So we wish him all the best as he gets to prepare for the next African Cup of Nations. But it must be a must win for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Okay, that is the situation with Gennett Rohr. So we hope that the right players will be invited, and this time they should be able to beat Lesotho and Benin Republic. Those 2 countries have already beaten them.
The qualifying should not be a problem because of
away. I don't know. We thought that by now we'll have qualified, but they beat Lesotho away, beat Benin Republic 2-1 here, and even that match against Benin Republic, it wasn't particularly easy. So when we had Sierra Leone next, we just thought, okay, against Sierra Leone we need just 4 points and we'll be done. But played here in Benin 4-0 at 1 point. But that match eventually ended 4-4. And then in the reverse fixture in Benin Republic, Nigeria had to be very cautious because they didn't want to concede goals. So it ended in a goalless draw. So the way it stands now, Nigeria just needs to grab 2 points from those games. So a win against Lesotho at home, then Nigeria will qualify. A win against Benin Republic, away, Nigeria will qualify. Whichever scenario will work perfectly for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. All right, guys, time for you to join us on the show. Call us on 070-62639275 or 090-3939-4427. You can also reach us on 081-2178-9154 and send us a text message on this line 080-7400-9076. Hello. Yeah, Danjuma, your magic is back now. You're always the first.
Good evening. God bless you for the analysis. The cup game with the players with the Bayern Munich, which happened?
We don't know.
The game with the expected they will just run over their open. Contrary to penalty and the contrary to do that much. Well, now two cup game they do. There is a giant killer. Barcelona they narrowly escaped. It's not the possibility of penalty. I hope Real Madrid know what to do today so that cup they will win our Sunday. So I don't get a cool their head so that they will win the match. So Sunday they will go beat Barcelona for final. Now do it.
Thank you, Daniel. Hello?
Hello, good evening, guy, bro.
Yeah, Dan Chelsea.
Yeah, God Maestro, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
First of all, I want to wish your guy, Berlusconi, anywhere we go. I wish him all the best. We really miss him. As for Chelsea, I think we are playing tomorrow or tonight.
Chelsea?
No.
Yeah.
Chelsea are playing on Saturday.
Arsenal are playing tonight.
Okay, so I think we'll win that match. And as for Man U, very good one for them. I think I applaud the manager and the players for their cooperation. Look at where they are now. If they beat Liverpool by a weekend, I think it will be 6 points clear. It's a very good work for them. So I wish them all the best. I know that even though Liverpool win the league this season, it's not going to be easy the way it is last season. So I wish all them all the best. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name? Victory. Welcome.
Victory.
Welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Victory, you're welcome. Good evening.
First, downstairs congratulations to the Golden Eagles. And it's for qualifying for the WAFU position as 50,000. Yeah, congratulations to them. And I'm also happy for us after 4 games, finally, able to get a win. And when I saw the pictures, I wasn't really confident in thinking that they'll be able to beat the defending champions for the proven run. I hope this becomes a stepping stone for them. I also want to wish the Warriors good luck against the Northern tonight. As long as Mr. Francis is on it.
He's not returning. He's left KUFM. I announced it a couple of days ago.
Sometimes I haven't really
Yeah, he has moved on. It's not with KUFM.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome. Just a great interview.
I don't know what to say about the league anymore. It's like the more you look, the less you see. I don't know. Yesterday, I didn't expect Tottenham to lose 2 points. I would expect to Fulham. But I don't know. Now, if you lose 2 games, 3 games, you find yourself number 9. If you win 1 or 2 games, you are third or second. I don't know how it works. I was depending on Chelsea, but I'm frustrated. It's like a child whose parents are nagging and fighting. He runs to a neighbor's house for safety, and suddenly the neighbors are fighting too. I was depending on Tottenham also. So, from what I'm seeing, losing points here and there, I'm afraid, I don't know, Mourinho has to work hard. It doesn't mean I'm giving it to any of the rest, whether Liverpool or Manchester City, Manchester United, and Manchester City also, and Arsenal. I don't know, I'm tired of seeing those names winning the league. So I just want some fresh things. Preferably Tottenham, because Chelsea is not it this season. So I see Chelsea dropping Frank Lampard in the next few weeks. They will bring in properly Avram Grant. And
that story has now been debunked. That Avram Grant is not coming to Chelsea in any capacity. From very credible sources inside Chelsea, they said that story is not true.
Okay. We always see rumors that become truth sometimes. Anyways, we'll see. But for now, Lampard should try and get it right. Just like Arsenal guys did, Mikel Arteta. He was really down, and somehow Chelsea gave him the panacea, the cure for his problem. So they did Chelsea and they swapped positions, I think. So, all right, I wish Madrid good luck. It's the only thing that gives me hope now in Spain. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Mr. Gordon Idema. They are calling from Orthodox.
Yeah, good to have you.
Yeah, honestly, I think Napa has to what he's saying. That is just true, whether Van Gaal comes or not. But there are many managers who are actually sitting around, looking at Massimiliano Allegri, from Officer and other. They are just, they are on the waiting list. But all the same, you just have to what he says. That is just true. And beyond that, let me also quickly congratulate NPFL, because the way some of the matches went down yesterday looked very good. Looked like that of EPL. Seeing a couple of away wins, draw, and others, I think it's a good one for the league, if you ask me. And of course, I really don't know how he back capitulated. I didn't nobody saw that coming, but then they have been struggling. I don't know what is wrong with Fatah Osho. He's not getting it right. And I think that was not bad enough. What happened to Abia Warrior? The two teams from Abia suffered a lot. In Coach Mama, I do not know what his problem is. He has not won a single game since the league started. That is very, very unbelievable. I don't know. He just has to find a way to.
It's not just he has not won any. He has lost all because they've got no points.
True. That is exactly what I'm saying. What is he any salary for? But let me just keep my mouth shut for now. But I think those two managers are on the whole. If you ask me who it will be sacked next, those ones should be worried. And it started big congratulations to Hartland. I never gave them the chance. Coach Fidelis in the Super really, of course, he has a way of always beating in than lately. I don't know why. That is just the truth. But also, River United eventually lost. I thought I said they would just, continue winning. But then, that is the beauty of the league also. Because, and I actually did think that they will win the game. And though, with all due respect to the coach, he has done very well. That is the person of, that is made now, Ekuma Stanley. He has been very fantastic all through. I just hope that he's able to rediscover his winning status. And so last night, I don't know what happened to Fire. It's still a shocker to me. I don't know. It really cost so many bets anyway. But then, that is one of the things, one has to be very careful. I don't even know how to pronounce that small thing, how they were able to do it, where you have the president of Nowadosi and the rest and can't. Of course, Baka is understandable because Messi wasn't even there. And playing against Real Betis these days, you just have to be at a very best element. They are very combat things. Anyway, thank you very much. I do have a blessed evening.
Yeah, you too. Hello?
Hello, Guy Brian. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Guy Brian, please, I want to know when is our match, Liverpool match on Saturday, by weekend?
Saturday.
The time?
The time.
Please keep listening. We'll let you know before we leave.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hello, good evening, Guy Brian.
Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Francis.
It's not Francis Zagosa.
Good evening.
Okay, Francis, good evening, sir. Guy Brian, please, I don't know if you are having the list of the members of the Super Eagles called to camp.
No, they didn't, he has not called them yet. He just said that he will invite 23 with 5 standby players. He's not mentioned the players.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Yes. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening. In Central America.
Yes, anything. Please, I want to talk of this man of Frank Lampard. Please, I said it before that Lampard is not doing the needful for Chelsea. And as I'm seeing it, indeed the next man to be dropped the next few weeks or so, because he had a lot of money to spend at the last transfer market. What is he doing? Technically now he doesn't have it up to his feet to deliver. So I sincerely believe that Ibro, you know the truth about Lampard. Please, I just want to be updated. Thank you so much.
All right. Frank Lampard is still the coach. They said they are giving him time. For Liverpool and Manchester United, that match is on Sunday and it's going to be at 5:30. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome.
My name is Pulumu, calling from Oliumu local government.
Okay.
I just want to congratulate Emmanuel Eminike for what he has done. May God Almighty God reward him.
Amen.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you very much. Zero 07062639275 09039394427 08121789154. Hello.
Hello, sportsman.
Good evening.
KUFM Sports.
Yeah, this Sports Fiesta on KUFM.
Okay. I am man from Western College.
Okay, man. Good to have you.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you people.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
I want to ask about the fight Joshua fight last. What did that come? And the Canon one for the case with his case for the Heart Foundation. I don't know the end. Whether it has whether you want the case or it's still on pending.
Okay. For yes, I'm trying to answer your question. For Anthony Joshua, he won that fight. He knocked out Kubrat Pulev in the 9th round.
Okay.
Yeah, the Kano, I'm not aware. I don't know. I don't know about that case.
I'm talking about Kano one for
I know Kano Wanko. You said Kano Wanko also in case the Heart Foundation, Abi?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you that I'm not aware. I don't think we carried that story, so I didn't follow it. I'm not aware of that story.
Is it not KUFM Sports?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Brian.
Yes.
I come back just to say a little about basketball because looking at this acquisition, that is James Harden, that is Brooklyn, I think it's a very fantastic signing. And combining with Kevin Durant and Harris and others, I think they are going to pose a very serious threat to the Lakers at the end of the day. But then it's good. It's becoming very interesting. But I'm not quite happy with the comment he made for for the former club, against the former club, Rotten Rocket or whatever. Rotten Rocket. I mean, you should have been careful how you manage West, No matter how, it's your club you have been playing for a very long time now. You don't just drop message. It's very derogatory to the club. No matter how, that is the very thing you have to keep to yourself. I think he got it wrong in that regard to be coach. Next time you have to be very guarded because they don't make such a remark against a former employer or it doesn't work that way. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. You can send your text messages to 080-7400-9076, but the lines to call are 070-6263-9275 or 090-3939-4427. You can also call us on 081-2178-9154. 9154. Those are the lines that you can reach us on. Okay, let's look at text message. Got quite a few of them here. Let's see. This one says, good evening, sirs. All these Manchester United fans are talking too much, but as an Arsenal fan, I want to let them know that Liverpool are going to shock them this weekend. Granit Xhaka from Ipoba Hill. All right. Hello.
Hello, all right, Brian. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
You're innocent from Igu.
Okay.
Please, I want to find out what position is Chelsea now.
Chelsea, I think they are 9th on the table. When we were given the results we looked at the table in the morning, they were 9th on the table.
Okay. When are they having their match?
On Saturday against Fulham.
Any idea of the time?
Time. No, keep listening. We'll give you the time.
All right.
I think it should be around 5:30.
6:30.
6:30. Okay. All right. This one says, I want to wish Gunners good luck against Palace from Zanda, GRA Benin. All right. Hello.
Hello. Hello, Brian. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Agosa.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, this is Jude from Enya.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Golden Glove.
Yep.
Where I don't even know to start from, but I think the problem is the gradual corruption in Nigeria. Why I say so? I don't see how the coach. I don't know his name. So we tell Nigeria cannot beat Cote d'Ivoire, where even Germany, all those European countries, where they beat Nigeria. It's a shame to Nigeria because they are successful. Nigeria is on that 17 level. We have talent every year. We have the challenge skills, we have the Corona Cup Foundation. Can't they go to these places and pick players? They are picking players, they are picking the politician players, picking the big men players. And they expect to do well. They can't beat common Cote d'Ivoire. Cote
d'Ivoire is not common, no, my brother. Cote d'Ivoire is a very good football playing nation. No, so it's not Cote d'Ivoire. No, seriously. If you know football, you cannot call Cote d'Ivoire common Cote d'Ivoire. Seriously.
But you cannot compare Cote d'Ivoire to Nigeria when it comes to football. You
can actually compare, but what I understand what you're saying, that Nigeria, with the pedigree that we have developed in under 17 in 8th grade competition, we should not be missing out of a WAFU competition. I understand, but to just say Cote d'Ivoire cannot beat now, come on. Cote d'Ivoire is a very, very good football nation. We lost to Cote d'Ivoire, then drew with Ghana. So these are not winners in football. Yeah.
Yeah, but what they should do, they should have cap in every stage. They cap for players.
We know, we've said all these things.
They should set up their effort.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, and welcome.
Well, my name is Mohammed. I'm calling for Supply Road.
Oh, okay. Mohammed, let us welcome you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. And I want to ask this tonight, this time Madrid get a game tonight.
Oh.
Real Madrid.
Madrid. Yes.
Again tonight. Quickly, just keep listening. I'll give that to you now. 9 o'clock.
Okay.
9.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
I'm John from the name.
Okay.
This player where man is he wants to start the play for now. Then for me, again, I will do this.
Who? Amad Diallo.
Amad Diallo where man is
He will start with Man U very soon now. Now when they don't sign it, he will start with them. I know they go back to Atlanta and Lona.
Okay. When I say play match on Sunday, the time, Madam my match.
5:30.
It's not on Saturday.
Sunday. Super Sunday, 5:30.
On Sunday now.
5:30.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. One more call, then we'll look at the text messages. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Ajit Mere, calling from Fagoba Road.
Go on.
Hello.
Go on.
Okay. Ibrahim, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I already tried this number. It's long now. Where this number can go now. I'm very happy. The way until they are not being discussed.
Okay, thank you.
I'm a Mayu fan.
Okay.
Now, this I want to ask now, because whether I read of you, I don't do the 60,000 one do. You want to make a benefit. I don't know whether I'm still or not. That's what I confirm for you.
So we don't know. We also don't know. And I never hear that one say Cristiano Ronaldo won't come out. But the rumors surrounding Ronaldo always did this. So I don't think we should wait too much to it.
Okay, this is first time caller.
Okay, first time caller. Let's welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. But I think one thing that we can be certain of is that Ronaldo will complete the season at Juventus. We don't know whether he will be leaving anytime soon. Okay. Let's look at the messages. Please, what time is Chelsea playing their match and on which day? It's on Saturday and we just say it's 6:30, right?
30.
Okay. So Saturday at 6:30. Well done, men of sports. Please, I want to know the result of MPFL matches played yesterday. Ike from Ike, we've already given out those results, but maybe before we leave this today, if we still have time, we will we'll give you that the results. When it comes to age grade competition, West Africa is the strongest in Africa. So winning West Africa means winning Africa. Okay. It's like saying you should not, complain too much when you fail to win the Euros because you have various. Yeah, it's a good argument because when you what the gentleman that called earlier was saying common Cote d'Ivoire, and I said no, Cote d'Ivoire is not common. When you have Cote d'Ivoire, you have Ghana, you have Nigeria, all of this from West Africa, and you try to qualify from there, it's going to be really difficult. But no matter the arguments, Nigeria should not be struggling to qualify from WAFU. Good evening, sirs. End of conclusion. Which one is end of conclusion? Okay, maybe you meant end of discussion. I see Man United beating Liverpool 3-2. Osas from Ihueniro. Okay. I salute the guys of sports. Why is Fulham's Lukman not invited to Nigeria? Steve from Ohoro. Well, initially he did not want to commit his future to Nigeria, but I've heard that he's now ready. And this thing is a process. So they are in the process of getting him to switch allegiance to Nigeria. Don't forget that he won the Under-20 World Cup with England. Good evening to you guys. Thanks for the good job. Okay, Ibrahim, Francis has left KU. Akhain Felix. Okay, thank you. I hope that answers your question. Good day, sportsmen. Please, any Man U transfer. And when is Dano? Where is Dano come back to Man U? Who's Dano?
Dano.
I don't know the Dano you're talking about.
Is it Diogo Dalot?
Oh, is it Dalot? Is Dan? He wrote D-A-N-O. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. This one says. All right. I think those are the sports text messages that we have. Okay, we've got a couple more here. This one reads: hard work plus VAR plus luck brought Man United to where we are now from Man United pastor. Okay. So VAR contributed. If Chelsea wins their match, will they top Man U? Chokes from slope. Haba. Chelsea are 9th. How can they win one match? 3 points. Chelsea are currently on how many points now? Is it 26 points?
Yeah.
26 points. So if they get 3 points, they will not even be up to where Tottenham Hotspur are, and Tottenham are already on 30 points. Manchester United are on 36 points.
Yeah, if Chelsea wins, that gives them 29 points.
Yeah, so
they will be ahead of only Southampton.
They are not anywhere. Chelsea will not be anywhere close to where Manchester United are at the moment. Okay, guys, I think this is where we've got to drop anchor. We'll see you tomorrow morning on a fresh edition of Sports Fiesta. I am Saliu Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Abracadabra. I've been doing this with Egosa Agbekan, the Sports Maestro. Please stay tuned. KU News break is coming up at 5 p.m. Endeavor to stay tuned for that. And join us tomorrow at 8 a.m. for a fresh edition of Sports